Hi, everybody. Good morning, good day, and hope you're doing well. Today, from Chablani Success Experts, we have one sir with us, and he will be talking with us about his career. He's a super senior from the South. He has worked with CEOs all over the world, consulted people, companies, $1 million companies, and $1 billion transactions all over the world. And let me just start off by asking one sir, sir, can you please introduce yourself and give our audience a little bit of background?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Hitesh introduced me as his super senior. Yes, sir, is quite right. My name is Vanchishwar. I'm a chartered accountant and certified management consultant. I'm aged 72 years young. And what did I say? I did my graduation in physics, then jumped over to a totally new area known as chartered accounting because when I passed my physics, I really wanted to be a professional at all costs. So the first thing is you cannot go into medical profession because too difficult and a lot of time consumption away. Then engineering, okay, even that is also you have to take another 5 years. So what did I think? I was just thinking what to do. Someone suggested, why don't you do chartered accountancy? It's also a professional course. So without knowing anything about accounting, without knowing anything about management sciences, nothing economics, and auditing. I just took their words for granted and jumped into this course. Of course, it was a totally different ball game for me initially. I was very uncomfortable for the first 6 months. Gradually, I got used to it because I started, taming my mind and say, look here, it may be difficult, but it is not totally out of your reach. So please pay attention, understand, and go. So suddenly that voice told me to that. I followed the voice and I started developing a lot of interest. And once you develop an interest, passion takes over subsequently. And once passion takes over, there's no end. So I completed my CA. That is my story regarding education. Regarding my career post education, I passed in 1980, so probably I've got about say 45 years of post qualification experience in India and abroad also. That 45 years includes about 3 years of post qualification experience abroad, and the balance of 42 years is spread between 11 years of industrial experience in India within India, total hardcore industrial experience in automobile engineering companies as the head of finance department, and balance, I would say about say 20 to 30, yeah, 20 years, 25 years approximately. Yes, still as an employee, but in very big chartered accountant firms where it is also run like an industry. For example, PricewaterhouseCoopers, RG and Price, where I was as a senior manager, and also PKF Sridhar and Santanam, which is a global firm, I was senior associate director. So all this happened in the last, let us say, 30 years. And post-COVID, and I'm on my own because I thought that I should not be running. I used to be away from Chennai for about 20 days a month, and as you grow old, you start realigning the way of approach to jobs. So I thought that I must reduce my speed. And post 2019, I'm on my own, practicing on my own. I'm a consultant for a couple of companies. So this is so I moved over the last 4 years from grassroots level. So mostly it encompasses total adding value by understanding the various process, not necessarily in accounts, but also in the engineering area, and helping the management to take decisions as they move the business forward. So actually, strictly speaking, you are part and parcel of the management, advising them as a business advisor or as a, what do you call it, a consultant. That's it. So in all ways, it's very satisfying to me because I'm adding value to the society. Whatever I learned the last 40 years, I'm giving back to. So that, in short, is my education and career experience.
That's
Yes,
amazing, sir.
Satish.
That's amazing. From consulting to different top companies like PwC, it's been amazing. I think you understand the entire cycle of business.
Yes,
You understand the mindset of the top management and
yeah,
mindset of the customer, the
yes,
accounts, the books. I think you have seen it all, sir, in your career, and kudos and salutes to you. Let's
yes.
first talk about South, sir. I've been in the South a lot. I'm
Okay,
basically I've been raised also in the South. So, I mean, your foothold is mainly in the south, even though you've traveled all over India and the world. What do
That's
you
true.
think is the greatness of the south and its people? Is it its simplicity, or is it the business acumen? How does the south stand out according to you?
Yeah, yeah, great. Lovely question. Okay, let me put it slightly differently. People always tend to call this portion of India. Let us say our India is divided into Indias. One side is called the northern India. This is the southern India. People call it southern India, but I say it's south of India. There's a big difference between calling it as southern India and south of India. I hope you agree with me. Uh,
Yes.
so yeah, so this side of the mountains of India, the culture is slightly different. Although basically businessmen are taking risks on both sides. Any businessman, whether a South Indian or a North Indian, is bound to take risks because without risk you cannot get rewards. Rewards are always linked to risk. Yeah. Then this is the general thing. But if you go deep, this is only the tip of the iceberg. If you go deep, there is quite some substantial difference in the way you run the basics. I mean, the way you run the business. Sorry. Uh, I do not know how many people agree with me. I should not be saying this. I find that in South, there's a little more ethics to the way a business is being done. They're a bit, what shall I say, conscious to what they are doing. They do not cross or go beyond a certain limits regarding business. And okay, I will not say the word God fearing. Everybody is God fearing, even the not. That does not have a distinguishing feature. But basically, they are bound by ethics, and they do a little bit in a straightforward way in the South. And what do you call it? Maybe corruption is less in the south than when compared to the north in the various industries that we look into. And okay, regarding this profession, the news which we get is all from the north. For example, you hear some GST practitioner being caught red-handed for fraudulent activities of 3 crores in helping a client get into, or a couple of clients get into wrong sort of input credits. Those sort of things will never happen. You'll never hear such news this side of the mountain. In southern India, you'll never hear such a. That is what I meant by holding yourself, uh, thinking within your mind whether whatever you're doing is right or not. They always put the brakes here. That is a big difference. And well, other than that, yes, people are all the same. That's what I feel.
Nice, nice, very nice, well said, sir. Okay, sir, we will not take much of your time. And next question to you, sir.
Sure.
What about the toughest assignment you have faced so far? Was it Africa, or was it some part of the world? What was the toughest assignment you have faced so far in your career, for which you maybe had to sacrifice your time, or maybe do something different, radical? What was the toughest assignment you ever had? Maybe a tough boss, or maybe a tough location?
Very tough question, Hitesh. It's a lovely question. Uh, I cannot talk for others, but at least I can talk for myself. When you say toughest assignment, I since this is my passion, I don't see anything as a tough assignment. But what is toughest are the people whom you tackle as part of your process. So they are also part of your assignment process. You are at one end, they are at somewhere in the middle, and the far end is your assignment you're supposed to complete. So when you go through the process of trying to get into your assignment and complete, I find that mostly the people who are the bottlenecks, not the assignment. Definitely not the assignment. So if you're able to conquer the people, change their mindsets, and bring them into your fold, and make them work the way you need to do, I don't think any assignment is tough. Provided we understand the basics correctly, we have a deep talk with the management, those charged with management, and is done in a systematic manner. And the progress is reviewed on a piecemeal basis as and when you reach various milestones. That is my opinion, humble opinion. I've tackled big, some World Bank assignments like compliances and all that. Initially, when you say hear World Bank, the word hits you hard, and oh, you think, how am I going to do all that? But when you sit down and start moving and start analyzing and start understanding and start placing every block in its right way, I think no assignment can be done.
Absolutely, absolutely. So you've well said it. I think your simplicity and genuineness stands out. So, I mean, just going to wrap up the session. But before that, can you tell us something about your family, how you met your wife and your family? And we'll wrap it maybe with the
Uh,
last question after that. Yes.
that's a good question. uh, Maybe a bit personal too, but okay. Let me be very frank also. Yeah, it may sound a different, interesting, probably a scene straight out of a movie, and that also that is making my life quite interesting. So what has happened is, I have a younger sister. She got married a little bit because young in our family. The idea is to get your younger sisters married before you get married. That was the pattern. Although people keep coming and asking you, the future father-in-law asking your hand for marriage, this is the custom. So what happened? I got my sister married, and she became pregnant. And she had to deliver a child at a hospital near her house. So at that point of time, at that point of delivery, this chief doctor noticed that here is a guy who is coming very faithfully morning, afternoon, and handing over the food to this particular person who has come for delivery and going back and doing it. She was probably amazed at my what do you call it? What do you say that? Hitesh, what do you say that?
Your
Dedication or whatever it is, or timing
your
at the correct
sincerity,
time.
sincerity.
Sincerity, okay, probably sincerity. And she said, probably after about a week or go, when my sister was about to be discharged, she said, yeah, yo, your daughter, my sister is going to be discharged. I said, fine, doc, yes. Yeah, then she asked, where's your father? I said, I am the father, everything to her. My father died when she was 14 and when I was 16. That was the story. Okay, then she was doubly impressed now. I don't mean to say, I was only stating the fact. Then she asked, I know a girl, my family friend. Okay. And then, is there anything wrong if I suggest and you can just meet her? And I also know that you're not. But I said, just frankly, said, oh no, no, no issue, doc. Then we can wait here. I know tomorrow again you will come and with all your lunch bag and other thing for your sister. So I'll ask her to come over here. That's how the next day when I went in the afternoon session, the doctor had brought that person, and that's how it started. I really liked her. Somehow I think which has been the God's gift to me, and yeah, and then surprisingly, she was the one who never got married. Then she said, "I don't like anybody," and surprisingly, the moment she saw me, probably our minds clicked. It's past Janma or whatever. She also said, "I don't want anybody other than this guy." That is the one thing.
Amazing,
That's how we
amazing,
met.
amazing, sir. Now you have two grown-up kids and wonderful family. And one
Thank
last
you.
question, sir. It's great. I mean, you're just an inspiration from A to Z. I think your hard work, your career, your family life. I mean, I look up to you. So do so many of them. And this is a
Thank
lovely.
you so
Thank you
much.
for your time. Just one last question to
Sure,
close it.
sure,
People
sure.
are going through tough time now. Job loss, economic cycle,
Yeah,
war, India, Pakistan, Donald
yeah,
Trump's decisions on the
yes,
world.
yes,
People are removing jobs all over the world, American
yeah.
companies, Indian companies. Why is this happening, and what do you tell the youngsters who are facing the crunch and are in the boiling seat with their families or with their lives? Will they have to be patient? What is your advice to them?
Excellent question, Hitesh. Well, what is happening now? The globe is going through a transition. It's all transition. And the old guys, old methodologies are all going into the dustbin shortly, or moving towards the dustbin. Shortly, it will be dumped. But now we're very fast going. And the next generation is taking over. And of course, when you say next generation is taking over, the biggest advantage is availability of information right across. See, in the olden times, information was never available. For example, okay, when I was a student of college, I used to love doing references. Since there was no public information available, all I had to do was go to British Council or Connemara Library and hunt for the book I want. There also, after hunting and getting the book you don't know which page the information you need is there. You have to keep scrolling, and a lot of time was wasted. Now, with the availability of information, thanks to digital technology, everything is available readily, which you can take. But the question is whether the information is authentic or not. That's the second point. Okay. Now all this information is available now through now apps have been developed. Now AI, artificial intelligence, have come over. They say that artificial intelligence will shortly take over the whole world. Why? But my small submission is, see, even for any artificial intelligence or any apps, it is human brain that drives that. You cannot displace human brain, but somewhere you need the human brain to motivate the apps, because artificial intelligence or apps can only do what you say. They cannot think on their own. They don't have their mind around. So although people generally say there will not be much employment for the next future generation, probably say, let us say after 10 years, let us say 10 years in the sense, let us say somebody is 10 years old today. Okay, after 10 years, he becomes 21. Let us say he finishes engineering graduation. So 10 years down the line, he's 21. He wants to get a job. He wants to apply. People say that he will be jobless. He will never get any job, because wherever you go, all the industry will be operated by robot, machinery will be running. But you need a man to operate the thing. So you need an intelligent mind. Okay, but opportunities will be less, but will not be lost. That is my humble submission with regard to entrance, young entrance engineers in what shall I say, industry, manufacturing industry, and also doctors in various corporate sector. Doctors, by and large, all is because all judgments or decisions or laboratory tests are ruled by machines. Imagine everything is done. You don't do anything. You don't use your brain to analyze and come to a conclusion. So that is the thing. But these two areas, there may be a loss of opportunities. There may not be that much of job opportunities flowing. But there is one thing which is always open, AI or no AI. That is education, pursuit of education. So I feel, honestly, I feel this is my hunch. This is my. I feel that people who go into education and research, do PhD, they will never be out of jobs. This is my humble submission.
Yes, thank you so much, sir. I think you've said it so well. I think dedication, understanding, hard work, and studying the business cycle and will help us reach to the level you are. Maybe your stars or maybe your aura can help us. Thank you so much, once, sir. Lovely speaking to you. Hope to meet you soon in Chennai and have a nice filter coffee.
Thank you, Sitesh. Thank you so much. It was a pleasure talking to you, and eagerly awaiting for you to come to Chennai. Let's discuss some very common matter over a cup of coffee.
Definitely. Thank you, sir. Have a great day, all.